Hi, Katzcradul here. I had to call Paladin Prepper yesterday after reading this article because I felt like I was having a panic attack. It just seemed like more than I could bear at the time, and I'll tell you the counsel he gave me after I tell you about this article. I think I got this from a subscriber, in fact I'm sure I am, who sent it to me, and it's entitled 7 Foods You Should Never Eat. I think it's a compelling article and that you should read it. It's not going to take you very long to get through it, and I think you'll find it very interesting. It's laid out specifically, and it states 7 foods exactly that you should never eat. And I vowed to give up 2 of those right away, and we'll try to figure out how to do the remainder as I go along. And now I'll tell you a little bit about what Paladin Prepper said to ease my troubled mind and to calm me down a bit, because he was very calm when I told him about what I had just read. And he said, just before you called, I kind of had an epiphany, kind of just like a revelation, if you will. He said to me, imagine that you were looking at a very huge picture like a mural, and that you were only standing 6 inches away from it. He said, your vision of what that picture looked like would be incredibly limited. He said, but then as you step back several feet and yards and get further away from it, he said, then the picture opens up and you're able to see so much more. He said, honey, I think what happens to us sometimes is that we are just standing too close to the picture. He said, we need to back up. He said, we're just on sensory overload. We take in bits and pieces here and there. We take in bad news. There's armed conflict all over the world, and more brewing. Trouble with our food supply, trouble in our government. I mean, it just gets to be almost more than you can bear. He said, we're doing all we know to do. We're growing our own food, as much of it as we can. We're raising some small animals. You're preserving and canning lots of that. He said, we're doing everything we know to do. He said, now it is for us just to calm down as best we can and to try to take in the big picture and recognize that, after all we can do, that we're going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. And we need to take comfort in that. And if we don't, then what's the use in doing it all? Just so we can live? That doesn't sound like there's much of a point to that. So anyway, read this article on 7 foods you shouldn't eat. It's not to get you down or to add more stress to you, only to make you conscious and aware. And I think his advice is well taken, that we all should take a couple of steps back, take a deep breath, recognize we're doing all we can do. I mean, hopefully that's all we're all doing, the very best we can do, and then relax just a bit. Anyway, hope you like the article. Let me know what you think about what it says. That's all for now. Katzcradul.